Hi, I'm Nathan. I go by Peteparker, and every week I do comic book reviews because that's the rule around my house. If I want to keep buying them, I got to review them online. So this review is going to be about X-Men number 12, written by Christopher Yost, drawn partially by Paco Medina and partially by Dalibor Talajic, I'm guessing is the way you would say it. Anyway, this issue takes place right after the X-Men Giant Size that you may have read or heard me review a week or two ago. And it's a continuation of that story. Basically, there's these evolutionaries, I guess they're called, a different race of people who came to the X-Men and the mutants in the past, and told them they're going to wipe out all of humanity to protect the mutants in the future. And they basically, it seems like, we haven't got the whole story yet, but it seems like the X-Men, or the combination of the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants, said, no, hold on, give us a chance to keep the mutants alive while humans are still around. We want to live in peace and harmony, or whatever. And then they went away. So the evolutionaries have just come back to basically call whoever made that deal on their bluff that that mutant kind would prosper and humankind would allow it to happen. And so they want to wipe out the humankind again. And in the last issue, the Giant Size issue, they actually wiped out the Neo, which were a sub-mutation of mutants that were a lot more powerful. Just erased them from existence altogether. So these people have the power to do this. So what did I think about this issue? I really like it. I really like the Giant Size X-Men issue. I like kind of the duality of two different art styles coming together in the same book. Normally that's kind of confusing, but a lot of times when it's a deal where it's a flashback that's in a different art style than what's currently happening, it helps you keep track of where you are in each story, even with the same characters in both situations. And I do love Paco Medina's art. I really think it's really nice. I mean, when you get really high quality coloring like this, which the colorists were Marte Gracia and Will Quintana. Marte Gracia is probably the one that I like the most, but I think the coloring is just so great that it makes the art even better than it already was. So I like this story generally. I like the idea of this big ultimatum coming out and the X-Men banding together to protect humanity in general. That makes a lot of sense. And then there's a little bit of a twist in the story about who speaks for mutant kind altogether. At first they believed it to be Charles Xavier, and Charles kind of flatly says, I'm not going to do that. We want to live in peace with humanity. I'm not going to speak for an entire race at the same time. And so the evolutionaries take off, and they're like, okay, well, we'll find somebody who will. And guess who they go to? There you go, Magneto, back in the past, sitting on his weird metal chair with all of his Brotherhood of Mutants in there surrounding him. And of course he'll speak for all of mutant kind at the same time. He doesn't have a problem with being the face of all that. So it's really good, and I'm really excited that they took over the main X-Men series to do this story so that I can actually be buying the main X-Men series and continue on with it. X-Men is really good these days, and I'm excited to be able to buy the actual main series instead of it being, you know, what it was a few issues ago, which I did not enjoy. Plus, in this issue also, you got a preview, and you probably got this in a bunch of other comics too, but this is the one I'm going to talk about it in, for this summer's Captain America #1, where Steve Rogers dons the Captain America costume again, becomes Captain America, and I think in Fear Itself #3 you see the beginnings of that, so check out my other review on that, and I'll talk about it more. But this exclusive preview is really awesome too. Anytime you get Steve McNiven drawing Captain America, it's great. And then on top of that, you have Ed Brubaker writing the whole thing. So I'm already pre-order that series, because just from the 3 pages that they gave us in here, it looks wonderful, really great. So there you go. So for this book, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. It's solid, it's nice. I like half of the art a lot and half of the art okay, so that makes it kind of a good, right? That's my scale, I guess. 2 is okay, 1 is bad, 3 is good, 4 is great, and 5 is I love it, right? Does that make sense? Sure. So this would be a 3. It's a solid book. You got solid storyline in here. It's interesting. It involves a lot of X-Men. You got a lot of cool splash pages like that. Wolverine saving Cyclops there, which you wouldn't expect to be happening with the upcoming story about Wolverine and Cyclops fighting or something at some point. And then you get a nice little preview of the Captain America series that's coming out. So there you go. It's a good book. They're probably more worth $2.99 than $3.99, but whatever. I already paid for it, so there you go. Check out my other reviews as Spidey207 on YouTube, or Peteparker just about everywhere else. iFanboy, Comic Vine, Marvel and DC databases. Follow them, ask me questions, I'll answer the best I can. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later.